Search is growing, 130 billion searches globally a year. That equates to about 103 searches per person per month. That's a lot. The problem with search, or the good thing with search, and the reason we exist, and the reason we're talking here, is that most sites are rubbish. Most of the sites and most of the content that's out there isn't actually very good. You can't rely on people typing a www URL, and therefore that's why search has arisen. And I think that the choice is very, very clear that you can either choose to be active or passive within search, but you can't ignore it.
And here's the Times saying that 12% of people are turning first to Google. The figure now is closer to 60%. Why is pharma not leading the way in terms of using search effectively to make sure the right content is served at the right time? Because it is so important. And just to back up that statement in that you're not leading the way, again, this is some research that's just come out, which is comparing the key pharmaceutical companies and how effective they are at making sure their content is visible, i.e. on the first page of Google, when people are searching for key phrases around that brand or around that treatment. A perfect score is 7. I think we've got a couple of companies just scraping over 1 here. Certainly room for improvement. We've seen people go online for information. People spend more time searching for health information online per month than they spend with face-to-face time with their physician in a year. So it is important. I'm a big fan of The Gadget Show. I watch it every night with my son on Mondays. And a few weeks ago, I don't know if anyone saw it, they had one of the presenters, John somebody or other, he was put up in competition against a GP. And he was armed with Google and a couple of devices, not very many. And a whole range of patients came in and saw him, and all he was doing was asking a few questions, typing in symptoms and questions into Google. He got them all right, 100% correct, as good as the GP. The health category is growing. It's outpacing the growth of the internet. People are expecting to find the answers and searching more and more for information. This is actually US data, but it's interesting here in terms of the conditions and the percentages by conditions. Mental health, well, that's quite interesting. From the slide we saw earlier, it's people with mental health issues that are very engaged in social media, and they're the ones that are searching for conditions as well. And it's the dominant tool for healthcare professionals as well as patients. 60% of healthcare professionals and patients in Europe will search first rather than going directly to sites that have been made aware of or sites that they've seen through advertising. It doesn't matter what they're looking for, whether it's general health content, disease websites, drug websites, even governmental websites. Search is always that first point. And the sheer scale of search is often just not appreciated. So if you look at how many people are searching for cholesterol or cholesterol-related terms, it's a phenomenal number. For the term cholesterol alone, it's 40 million people per year globally. Now you add in the mid-tail keywords, so people are looking for things like natural way to reduce cholesterol, 6,000 people a year type that exact phrase into a search engine. And if you go to the long tail, cholesterol and, I can't even pronounce it, you've got hundreds of millions of people who are searching for this kind of information. And when it comes to putting our content in front of the right people at the right time, of course it's more difficult to make sure we're in the right place when people are searching cholesterol. But if we focus on the mid and long tail, there's still a massive volume of people out there who are looking for the kind of help that we can provide. And we know that information, when it's found, will drive health-related actions. Informed patients do influence what the doctor prescribes. Somewhere between 60 and 80% of people who've actually gone online and searched for information are actually planning to do something physical as a result. Whether it's speak to the doctor about a disease or condition, speak to a doctor about options available, speak to a doctor about a particular drug, ask a doctor for a particular drug. US data, I know, but we have case studies that show when you apply a parallel brand that represents the brand in an unbranded environment, we can also influence what the doctor actually prescribes by making sure the patient is using the right, appropriate terminology at the point of care.